Hello Lisa, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you'll be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of ours. You guys are the real MVP. So lovely, I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share with colored people are having emotional breakdown, talking about how the world actually dislikes, the state. Despite a lot of conversation, and I was able to put up some stitches from, some of these pan-colored people. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So lovelies, when I just, relax, share this video, subscribe, and let's dive into it.
The craziest thing about America right now is that, like, the world actually hates us. The entire world hates us. And they've already kind of hated us, but now they, like, outwardly hate us. Everybody we used to do trade with, all of our allies, the global economy literally hates America. And a lot of these Trump supporters who are still delusional enough to support him, even after he's defunded their child's education, taken their farms away, ruined their veterans' benefits, affected their social security, rolled back their constitutional right to freedom of speech and freedom of press, greatly infringed upon due process for anybody who sets foot on American soil, depleted their tourist economy as well as red state export economies. Even after all of that, there's these people who still support him and think that he's doing a good job and don't understand that not only is he globally hated and ruining their lives, people think he's a joke. Nobody's scared of him. His Secretary of Defense is Hegseth, who literally texts his wife on an unsecured line after being provided one by the fucking Pentagon. His launch plans for their attacks in the middle, like, guys, we're literally a joke. We are globally a fucking joke. And, like, the people who don't support him know that his supporters are usually bottom of the barrel, low end of the gene pool. They're the curve that puts us at a fifth grade reading comprehension level. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know in America and the rest of the world for the most part is being far more generous and kind than they should by specifically targeting import export to red states. But contrary, I don't think you guys get it. Nobody is afraid of Donald Trump. Nobody is actually afraid of him, except the brown people with visas and green cards being sent to concentration camps in El Salvador. On a global scale, he doesn't, him and his Secretary of Defense don't have the mental wherewithal to win a war, even if they decided to start one. But now he's backpedaling on trade wars, on actual plans for war. Nobody is afraid of this man. Do you understand that we would get dog walked if they decided to, for whatever reason, bring in an attack to American soil? We do not have competent leaders. Nobody is afraid of Donald Trump. Everybody on a global scale is banding together to make him completely fucking irrelevant, which they've already done. But even if he did decide to start a war, you think an 80-year-old throwing a global trade temper tantrum, who has his Secretary of Defense, who was a fucking news anchor prior, texting his wife launch plans, his personal attorney, and international journalists, you think the world is afraid of America?
Yeah, it's not that the U.S. was ever liked. It's that, and this is the reason you had military bases and embassies on most countries. The U.S. was seen as that annoying attack dog that would always bark at you. Again, this is why you have military bases and embassies everywhere. Annoying, sometimes would bite the wrong person, but if shit hit the fan, the world lets you off the leash. Problem is when that attack dog gets neutered and starts biting everybody. Including its own people. See, the world used to put up with you because when there was a global threat, you were there. Biggest standing, most funded military on the planet. You guys would You guys supercharged your military with billions of dollars. And most of your soldiers bleed for the red, white, and blue. Even that's starting to go away, though. Now, you've bitten your own allies, which, if a dog bites the people that he should be friends with, normally gets put down. You basically neutered yourself when it comes to your veterans and your actual soldiers when it comes to every single branch of the military, including the highest of the military being a fucking idiot. And most of your people hate you because you are either sending them to a concentration camp, pointing out the fact that you're Hitler now. You know, the one person in the last 100 years that you guys got let off your leash and arguably was the thing that turned the tide. Yeah, the thing that made America the great bulldog of the globe is the thing that everybody is seeing happening. Which means we're going to need another bulldog soon to put this evil dictator down. And a lot of the world is already seeing who that bulldog's going to be. China and Russia are getting more allies than they ever have. People that have like ties in their blood to hate China are now bringing to the table. There are Asian countries that have hated each other for decades, for eons. It's in their blood to hate each other. But now we're talking. Now we're bringing stuff to the table. Why? Because A, fuck the US, and B, a lot of the world sees China as the next attack dog. Sees China as the one we're going to let open military bases in every major country. And a lot of people see maybe Russia is going to be that. Largest standing military, largest standing navy. So, and for everybody that's like, oh, they're all the way over there. What's going to happen when Canada and Mexico finally get pissed off and says, hey, you guys want to open up a military base on the border? And both Russia and China have you by both sides. And then the people that bleed red, white, and blue see what you're doing to the things they swore to protect. Constitution, freedom of speech, freedom of democracy, which that Trump 2028 thing screams out you're going to fuck up democracy. I guess you're tired, you're hungry, you're hell-bastard, you're for freedom. You remember the biggest statue in one of your biggest cities that says that for decades? Yeah, that's a no vacancy sign now. Everything they swore to protect is getting torn down. And how many motherfuckers that say they bleed to keep the stripes red are gonna figure out that to protect the Constitution of the United States from enemies, foreign and domestic, they'd have to kind of push aside the oath of the Commander-in-Chief. Because the biggest threat to the Constitution and to the people of the U.S. domestically isn't in some high-rise somewhere. It's in the middle of a golf course. So, going to war might not happen if half of your standing military just decides, nope. Like, what happens if the military goes on strike? Like, from top to bottom, Green Berets to some grunt. Marine, Navy, like, the entire military. What would happen to the U.S. if they decide to just walk away? Scary thought, huh? Because everybody would see that as a green light. So yeah, I see one of three things happening. Either Trump gets thrown out of office, Trump gets put down, the U.S. picks a fight with someone they can't win against. Or somebody decides to attack when the U.S. is at, or the rest of the world does the only sensible thing and instead of going to war, cuts off the arm so the body lives. Like when your limb of the body has gangrene and there's no hope for it, a surgeon will literally cut it off. Yeah, that's what the rest of the world might have to do with the U.S. Instead of going to war, instead of doing all that, just cut off the arm so the body lives. No trade, nothing in or out. Every other country starts making better deals with other places, and the U.S. just gets cut off. And when they try to go to war, they realize that they're outmanned, outgunned, and half the people that would fight for them don't really have the fighting spirit they should.
And do you know why? Because there's at least 77 million raving MAGA lunatics in your country. There's about 70-something million people who tried to stop it, and there's over 150 million who just didn't give a shit at the time, and now the whole world is having to deal with it. Guess what? No one gives a shit about America anymore. You're right. The world hates you. And there's no coming back from this one.
So it's not necessarily that the rest of the world hates America. Well, plenty of places do, and they have good reason to. But U.S. trading partners and such, the Western world, it's not really that the countries hate the United States as such. It's more like, we're fucking sick of you. It's more like that, right? It's not like hatred in the sense of like, fuck that country, I hope it burns to the ground kind of way. More in a sense of like, could we not just go 5 minutes? Can we not go 5 minutes without fucking America having to be the center of attention again? Like, we have to wake up every single day and doom scroll the fucking apps to find out what your fucking president has been up to in the last 45 minutes, right? Like, we have to always worry about, like, what's the next trade sanction that you're going to start? What's the next war that you're going to drag all the fucking rest of us into? What's the next international incident you're going to cause? Like, what's the next escalation you're going to do? What's the next time you're going to meddle in politics somewhere? What's the next coup you're going to do? Like, oh my God, it's so, what's the next TV show you make? What's the next fucking Marvel movie you put out? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? It's America, 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 USA, USA, all the time, all the fucking time. The United States, as a nation, never shuts the fuck up. It absorbs all of the oxygen in the room at all times, and no one else can hear themselves fucking think, because all the fucking time, from across the fucking Atlantic, the Americans are being loud again. We are sick of the United States. We are so fucking tired of the United States. I would like to go just like a half a decade without having to give a shit what happens in the United fucking States of America. That's really the thing. I also hate the United States because it's, bad, but mostly, I'm just so fucking tired of you people.
The best way I've heard it described to make sense for like the average person is that we're similar to the Fire Nation in Avatar: The Last Airbender. So the Fire Nation was told about how great they were and how, like, war was one way to kind of spread their greatness and share it with everyone else. But that's not really the truth, right? The Fire Nation just went around spreading war because they wanted to take stuff from other people. So this kind of draws parallels with the current United States. We kind of claim that we're for freedom and democracy and everything, but when you look at where we start wars, it's usually for an economic or political reason. You think it's a coincidence that we just happen to start wars in all these places that are very oil rich? But yeah, the reason the US is hated worldwide is because we go around doing a bunch of sketchy shit.
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. Find something very interesting. You know, tourism in America is dropping crazily. And the reason being is, did you know how many countries out there, countries that have been allies of the United States for decades, are putting out travel warnings to their citizens to not come to the United States because they're afraid that these people might not be able to get back out of the United States without being deported to a prison? That's what's being put out there. And we're talking Germany, we're talking France. I mean, it is a list of countries that are putting it out there, countries that have been our allies for years. Did you know that the United States government and our State Department always puts out travel bans, you know, to places like Sudan, places like, you know, don't go to Russia, you know, don't go to any of these war-torn countries that are against America. Don't go to Iran. Don't go to the evil Axis countries, basically, and more because of violence. Well, now we're being shunned by countries that are telling their citizens that it's not safe to come to America. I never thought I would see that day. Did you? Did any of you really feel that you would see the day that countries would say that it wasn't safe to come to the United States of America?
It's so lovely. When I saw this, I was like, okay, I just wanted to know what she has to say of the reason why she feels that the world actually hates the US or America. It's not as if the world hate or dislikes the state, but it's just that the state chose to dislike every other country. Like they chose to create enemies where there is none. Like let's just take for instance what has been happening at the course of this new administration. Let's just take for instance where this man who happened to create rift between the state and every other country. Let's take for instance China. Okay, there's this clip that I actually saw, and someone was like, um, Orange Man is just trying to destroy China to make America great again, like by imposing these tariffs. How do you actually think that you are going to destroy another country in order to better your own without having any form of implications? Like, you actually want to the country because you want to grow your own country. Like, even in individual aspect of life, for you to grow, you don't really need to, step on someone's head for you to grow. I know that a lot of people actually do that, but that is actually not the right thing to do. Like in times of personal life, some people go as far as to betray their friends and family just because they want to make it in life, thinking that that was going to stay permanently. This is exactly what is happening. Like these folks decided that they were going to, you know, impose so many things, especially example China that is still trending right now, without even knowing that you are doing that in the detriment of your own citizen that you were supposed to be protecting. Like, and now and now everyone is having emotional breakdown. Oh my god, the what? No, I think the problem should be from the way at which you're on associated with these other countries that you felt that they dislike. Okay, look at what is happening with the mass deportation. When you mass deport someone, do you think that this person will actually welcome you in their country when eventually you find yourself there? There's this that I also saw on a social platform where is it the president of Mexico is trying to ban so many foreigners from entering the country, in the sense that some of these foreigners goes to Mexico to purchase these beach houses, and they decide to make it private, and that is not making the people of Mexico to, like, that is not sitting well with them. And with that being said, they are trying to like chase these people out from the country. Like, you cannot come in a country and want to colonize that, which you think that when someone does to you in your own country, you shouldn't do that in someone else's country. Colonization only works in during those days, not now anymore, because everybody is aware, everybody knows what is going on. But this is exactly what people do not really understand. You know, another thing is that there is no country, I've not seen a country that is able to stand on its own without any help or intervention from every other neighboring country. But the said country has been like, you have been keeping every other country from you. Like, you have problem with Mexico, you have problem with China, you have problem with Canada. Like, you have problems with every other person that was supposed to be a shoulder to lay on. Like, let's say that together something will be achieved bigger, as in compared to when things are done individually. That I don't think there is a nation that can stand on its own without any interference from every other country. Like, you are bridging all of the friendship, all of the, with these other people. Now, what do you expect them to do? Now, I heard that China have decided to import, especially soya beans from, they're sourcing from every other country. There is no country that can stand on its own. There is no country. Okay, they say that China is actually producing or manufacturing so many things, where they even get their raw materials is from Africa. That's to tell you that it actually takes like connectivity for you to achieve a common goal. Like, okay, orange man now, he was like, okay, he don't want to import things, he wants to do manufacture. Like, it's not easy to do that on your own. And when you are all out imposing this, imposing that, creating enemies where there is none, then people will just want to avoid you. So many people don't even want to travel, to the state anymore. Somebody don't want to come here anymore. People are like, okay, they don't want me, so what do you expect? Anyway, lovely listener, just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovely listener, upload. Why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video? And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you, lovely, when I upload the next one.